Hey folks, and welcome back to another episode of Straight Talk Whiskey. I'm Nick, here with you as always, and thanks for joining us for episode number 78. Now, last time around, we started off a mini-series on Glenmorangie's core range of whiskeys. At least that's how they bottle it here, or call it their pioneering collection, if you will. If you look on their website, it's also called their core line. So, we started off with the original. So the 10-year, aged exclusively in American oak. Again, if you're watching last time around, you'll picked up that I said that Glenmorangie never used their cask more than twice. So you always have that provenance in there, and you don't have, these oak casks that have just been used 4, 5, or more times. Really not imparting too much oakiness into the spirit. And I should correct that. I should say you can still get the oakiness to it, depending on age and all these different factors, quality of the wood. You can get different results. You could get an over oaked whiskey, an under oaked whiskey, something that doesn't bear any real resemblance to the spirit that was in there before. But what I should say is that what you get imparted into Glenmorangie whiskey, specifically with the original, is a lot of the character from those ex-American whiskeys. It's not just bourbon, but just ex-American whiskey barrels. So you get a lot of those vanilla notes, the cinnamon, nutmeg, caramel, and all those sort of things, charcoal, charred wood, all of that goodness in there. So with the Glenmorangie Lasanta, which we'll be reviewing today, you're getting that first 10 years that the original has in terms of its maturation in the ex-American whiskey oak cask. But you're also getting 2 years of finishing in Pedro Jimenez and Olorosso sherry from Jerez, Spain. So that's a 2-year, and that's how we get our 12-year in here. Now, this, like the original, I believe, let me check, gotta check this bottle real quick, but I'm pretty sure, yes, so they're both bottled at 43% ABV, which is not too bad, could do with a little bit higher ABV, but that's alright. 43 we're not going to complain too much about, because we could have walked in here with 40. So, anyway, like a viewer pointed out last time around, with it not looking like it has I mentioned that it doesn't look like it had any caramel coloring added to it, in speaking about the original last time around. But there's no way to actually tell unless, of course, it says somewhere on this box or on the bottles, which it doesn't. But one of the things that I found out in my research for this week is that there is some partial chill filtering going on here. I don't know what partial or slight or a little bit of chill filtering is. You either are chill filtering it or you're not chill filtering it. But at least I heard that said from Dr. Bill Lumsden. So, it's coming from a credible source. Do I think they need to do it? No, I would prefer that the whiskey that's in the bottle is the whiskey that came off the stills, went right into the barrel, and then went into the bottle. Doesn't need to be doing these other things. I don't want it going over to Area 51 where they're chill filtering it. Somewhere it's like you'll see on the bottles that it's where it's imported, where it's distilled, all that. You can go online. It'll talk about where the water comes down from on the hill and where it comes into, where the barley comes from, all of these sort of things. And they'll talk about the maturation, and they'll talk about the warehouses, and they'll talk about the history behind it, and the old buildings, and the old equipment, and old machinery. And then they want to go ahead and not tell you that they're doing a really modernized mechanism to your, provenance whiskey that you're buying, right? Because you're also buying into all the marketing and advertisement that they're trying to get you, consumers to go in to a bar or to their local shop and buy it, but you're also getting, this aspect that there's no statement on here saying that it's non-chill filtered. And so what they're doing is they're altering your whiskey in a way that they're not publicizing to you. They're not letting you know exactly how this was made, even though they're creating this image that they are. It's just a slight thing at this point for Glenmorangie, and I'm not trying to knock it in any way, and at least them specifically, but more of just like the broader scale, the broader scheme. It's not just with Scotch, it's with all spirits, really, these days. But let's talk about the good things that we do got going here. So, like I said, right, the 43% ABV, that's good. Could have came in here with 40. We have an age statement on every single one of these. Yes. So, the Lasanta, the Quinta Ruban, and the Nectador are all 12 years, and the original, obviously, is 10 years. So we have an age statement there, which is great. And we know where it comes from, and we know it's a Highland single malt, which is great. So we have that going. So now let's go into the nose for this. Right off the bat, you're getting some really rich, raisiny, fruity notes coming from the sherry cask. It's a really dry, fruity notes. I'm getting a lot of cranberry, a little bit of blueberry, and that's really, really interesting because you're getting the robustness and really rich sense of like dried nuts, toasted nuts, even some little bit of almond on there, but also a sweetness on the nose. Little honeycomb in essence, definitely some honey, some natural honey in there. But really just this nice fragrant bouquet of the sherry notes in there. So those 2 years definitely imparting a ton of character into the overall experience of this whiskey. So let's go in for the taste. That is really deep in flavor and rich and long lasting. I'm getting those same cranberry, raspberry, blueberry. It's almost like a mix of those three fruits into a pie. It's a baked pie with a nice little warm crust to it, little cinnamon notes on the top, sprinkled with a little cinnamon, little vanilla ice cream on the side. No, I won't go to the store to do that, but it's tempting. But you're getting this really rich experience of the cask influence on this, or the maturation rather. And in the onset, before you get into those really deep fruity notes, you're getting a lot of grape notes, a lot of like white wine notes, really green, ripe grapes. Not astringent, but very sweet and tangy on the onset. And then it smooths out a little vanilla on the palate, a little bit of honey. This is definitely something that is entirely full-bodied and just really encapsulating the best of maturation at Glenmorangie. And certainly having the tall stills in Scotland helps too in the purification of the spirit, because you have all that copper interaction with the spirit, which I think is lending itself to more of those, top of the cut of that spirit, those notes that are getting in there. So those really, not chemical, but like really sweet, astringent, slightly astringent minty, talking like green leaf, green tea, that sort of thing, layering a little bit into the raspberry, the fruity note in there, mostly because of that maturation, those extra 2 years. Yeah, this unfortunately is a little mini bottle here. What is it? 100 milliliters. That won't last long because it is so good and so deep and rich in flavor. Before I get into the score though, the finish is incredibly long. It's got some darker raisiny notes, some plum, some of the dried nuts, little pepperiness going on to the finish as well. Again, like I said with the original last time around, it's got a lot of resemblance to single pot still Irish whiskies, specifically Redbreast, which has some aging in sherry cask. So for the score, for episode number 78 and review number 2 on our little mini series of Glenmorangie, we're going to go with 100 out of 100, 90 out of 100. So next time we'll see what other things Glenmorangie has in store in terms of these finishings and the last 2 that we have here, last 2 over here. So we'll do that next time. It'll be great. So, as always, if you're going to drink responsibly. Enjoy yourselves this week, and we'll see you next time.